Welcome to Clydesdale Media. Fueled by C4, Cellucor, and Extend. Use the code Clydesdale to get 20% off the checkout at c4energy.com. On Clydesdale Media, where we bring you the widest array of content here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notifier so you're the first to know when new episodes are available.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sunday Night CrossFit Talk. We're not usually here on a Sunday, but we're doing it tonight because Jamie and I are packing up and headed to Wisconsin tomorrow morning.
I got a lot of work to do. How about you?
I'm actually in a pretty good spot, I think.
I'm super jealous.
I just have to tear down all of this and get it up and packed when I'm done here. So, well, Kenneth is putting the kids to bed. Damien's got a bachelor's night because his wife is already in Wisconsin.
Nice.
Valberto, good night to you. I think that's what that means. And Bruce, as always, loving on Jamie. And I just get a hey. So anyway, every time I order something for tech for the games or for semifinals, Amazon always changes the delivery date right before I'm leaving.
Oh, frustrating.
I just got a notice that I bought an extra cell phone mic so that our people around could have a mic when they're on, and we'll be able to hear them over the crowd noise. Because one thing I learned doing the documentary is if we can get clear audio in those cases, we're just better off.
Right.
So, did you see what was announced?
Well, yeah, but can you go into your Amazon and update the delivery to the hotel?
Well, Charlie and Amy aren't leaving till Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I can have my wife just like Amy lives like a mile and a half away.
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
so
do
I'll
that.
Just put it off. Lex asked, direct flight for you guys or driving? We're driving.
Yep.
8 hours in the car tomorrow.
It's just under 6 for me. So.
Yeah. So super stoked to get there. Hoping to get there around 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And get checked in. And then we can't get checked into the hotel probably till later, but
yeah,
at least the press window for credentials, I think, ends at 3.
Okay.
So at least get in, get our creds, all of that stuff. I just sent some questions to the media guy, just about age group, maybe being a little bit different. So just checking that out. Cool. And other than that, just getting psyched and getting packed and ready to go.
Yeah.
Did you see they announced the adaptive and the age group Helen today?
Yep. Well, that post has like 7 slides and 7 tests. Yep. Look through that.
I don't even have that up.
Yeah, pull that up.
Sure. Hey, you took over Thursday. Why can't you do this stuff now?
I got to be on a computer so I can pull up background stuff.
Yeah, that excuse isn't going to fly for very much longer.
We got to work on some stuff. Evening, Jeff.
So that's at the games, right? CrossFit Games. All right, let's share the screen. All right, so it is in tests. So the first test, hey, do I know that guy?
That's Jimbo.
First test, wow, lots of stuff going on here. And then age group and adaptive test 1 and 2. Test 1, 3 minutes to establish a 1 rep max snatch. Immediately into 3 minutes to establish a 1 rep max clean and jerk. 1 minute rest, then complete test 2. which is farmer's carry to pigs, 21 burpee pig jump overs, farmer carry around 3 dummies, 50 wall ball shots, 50 calorie row, 50 wall ball shots, and then all the way back down. I hope they're the female pigs.
Yeah, right. I can see that going very poorly for some of like the higher age group women's if they don't have different sized pigs out. Well, they're not doing any pigs though. They're just jumping over them. It'll be all right. Yeah.
There's a huge difference between a male pig and a female pig jumping over. Width and length, it is much double the width. Lex says the description says they have 8 tests.
Right.
They only show 7.
Am I yelling? Sorry, I won't. I'll lower my mics. I think the 5K is the other one. It's not listed in here, so.
Okay, that makes sense. Age group and adaptive test, Helen, and it is Helen.
So it appears.
And then age group and adaptive test 4, pulling power. Man, I hope they're not those sleds. 3 rope climbs, 3 rounds of 3 rope climbs, 10 deadlifts, sled pull, then sled push across the finish line.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what the sleds are.
So now they're saying, can you guys hear me? I mean, everybody's reacting. Yeah, Bruce, I spent a lot of time on YouTube at tutorials on how to configure this soundboard. Now we just have to get Jamie the right equipment so we can kind of manage everything there. I did see some footage from the demo team of CrossFit Thor pushing what looks to be the sled from Alpaca last year.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I would hope that that's it. And
Yeah.
like I said, the website does have the 5K listed.
So if the website has the 5K listed, does it say there's not 9 tests? Because there's clearly 7 numbered tests listed here.
Still only 7 tests, 3, 3, 1.
Interesting. Does it say when the 5K is for? Is it Thursday? So because what I was assuming they would do is push since they're doing the Olympic total and the gymnastics. Well, this will probably be Wednesday. They're doing Olympic on Tuesday. The gymnastics Wednesday, and then I'm guessing they're going to try to do the run Thursday, either with or before the Indy.
There is a skip of a number.
There's no 6
in the test 7.
Okay, so 6 must be the 5K.
Or 8. And yeah. So there is a test at either 6 or 8 that we don't know.
Okay.
All right. So if we go back, gymnastics chipper, handstand walk, 30 box jumps, 30 GHD sit-ups, 30 single leg squats, 30 toes to bar, 30 single leg squats, 30 GHD, 30 box jumps, handstand walk. Do you think this is anything like what we're going to see in the elite division?
No. I think it is like as in the gymnastics component. No, I don't think this.
Or whatever they're calling it.
I don't think so.
The Lex says that they're missing the rope climb on the website.
Okay.
Test 7, endure the Coliseum. 50 calorie ski, 50 calorie echo bike, 75 double unders, 50 calorie ski, 50 calorie C2 bike, 75 or 75 double unders. That, I hope, that just seems like a bad final day event.
Yeah. It's a how much do you want to hurt and push the ski bike? It's always those little, do you want to sprint and hurt on the bike? That's kind of what they like to do for those finishers.
Yeah, I get it, but
Yeah, I agree. So Lex is saying the 5K is workout number 6. So there's going to be a finisher other than this.
Yeah.
Workout number 8. That they probably won't announce till right before.
Yeah, my bet is it has something closely to do with the elite, so they're probably hiding it.
Yes.
Damien asks, all those machines and still do a 5K?
Yeah, a little bit different. 50K. I mean,
more power output on the machines.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, we talked Thursday night about just maybe tweaking the way we do the masters age and teens to make it more watchable. And I think this is not a direction we want to head.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's the only thing like that really broke that since we talked. And did you see anything out there? I know you've had a busy Barbie-filled weekend.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen anything else.
Yeah, it's been, man, I've been like head down on that documentary for the last couple days to get it to the finish line. Decided last minute to change all the music. So, yeah, it's, like, it's so funny. Like, as you're doing these things, I've tried to like go with cheap, free, royalty-free music forever. And the choices are just limited. And like to get the feeling of what's going on in the footage, it just loses something.
Mm-hmm.
I invested in a music site that you can download and own the rights to. And it has like thousands and thousands of options. And I just totally changed the dynamic of some of the workouts. And I'm super stoked about that.
All right.
So one thing I want to, and we're going to give you guys a quick sneak peek. We'll do that at the end though. Our researcher, Holly Dugan, who mad props, when I was in frantic mode yesterday and news was released, she did the graphics for me about this will be the last time in Madison.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't really know what that means. We don't know where they're going. But it is widely reported now through local newspapers in Wisconsin, Barbell Spin, Morning Chalk Up, etc., that this will be the last year in Madison. I don't know what that means. My dream would be that it comes to Columbus because we're well equipped with the facilities we have, both at Ohio State and downtown with the hockey arena, the soccer stadium, and the baseball stadium, to be able to hold like, and the arena and the two stadiums are literally back to back to back. So they're within walking distance of each other. It would be phenomenal. And the headquarters of Rogue is here. Mm-hmm. And the amount of cost that would cut in semi loads would be immense. But my guess is it won't be here, and the Ohio summers are way too unpredictable. But that's just a dream. Bruce, not everything can be in Florida.
Right.
You're going to have to venture out of the state at some point.
Yeah. I mean, I think unless they're doing an indoor facility, doing the South in general in August is a horrible idea. And I think going to an indoor facility is, personally, I don't love that idea.
Agreed. There is something cool about the elements too that, so we'll see. A lot of people are texting me asking, are we going to Europe? I think it's a little premature for that, but you never know.
I mean, I feel like so far everyone that's spoken on that has said that they'd consider it, but it does seem to be premature for that kind of talk.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the cost again to go to Europe would be immense. Just testing, looking over the sites. I mean, we'd have to be flying people to Europe constantly just to see how it's all going to work and go down.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I think it needs to go to Europe. And Kenneth is saying, I'm in the minority. I'm in the minority, but I want it to go to Europe. I think it deserves to go to Europe at some point. But if you're on one hand crying that the season is too expensive, you're not going to incur that much expense right at this moment to do that. I think it's going there eventually. I think they just have to. Bruce, yeah, there's a rogue Europe. There is. It is nowhere the size of either of Austin or Columbus for the amount of equipment they have. 2, it's the personnel like Dave and Boz and all those people that have to be there all the time to check out the site, to see how to do everything, and the teams to go over and figure out logistics and testing. It's a lot. There's a lot of moving pieces, I think, for that. Kenneth says, I think they'll sell way more tickets in Europe. The Coliseum's been sold out for 3 years. So I think that's one of the reasons they're moving. There is no growth. You are at the tip of what you can make in Madison.
Right.
So I don't get that comment very much at all. North Park for the elites is packed. You can't fit another person in there on the weekend. The Coliseum is sold out, so you can't even sell any more tickets to the Coliseum. I think that, yes, Europe and Australia have done a much better job making it a show and a rock concert type atmosphere, but it hasn't stopped people from paying for tickets in Madison.
Yeah.
So anyway, that happened yesterday, but I also want to talk about, we tried to do this Thursday, but my internet died. It's been dying all weekend. It's finally back up and running. Something about the heat, but we had our researcher Holly look into how effective rookies are at the games. And I'm going to pull these up. I don't even know. I can't remember which color's which. But here is the men. So what you're looking at here graphically is the blue are rookies that finished in the top 3. The yellow are rookies that finished in the top 10. And the green are rookies that finished in the top 20. So what I found fascinating, and it's going to be parallel with the women, is that rookies, as the sport gets older and more mature, rookies have a harder time at the games. I think that as it grows, it's just harder for them to make inroads, especially, we talk about Mal and Emma and all these people that are coming on the scene. They're still not podiuming. They're barely getting in the top 10. Other than Emma and Mal, that's been really it and this isn't even the women, this is the men. And the men has been, like, you go back to, this is 14. That podium is Fraser. Right?
Yep.
This is 16. That podium is Hoberg, right? No?
Yes.
Yes. And the 20 is the shortened 5-person when Medeiros made it.
Yeah.
So in the past 10 years, the 3 podium finishers as rookies, 2 of them went on to win the games. So I just found that really fascinating. That even like last year, only 3 rookies on the men's side made the top 20. Oh, go ahead.
That includes, when you say people like male and then coming on scene like that, then you start really having to define what a rookie is. I mean, are they technically a rookie to the CrossFit Games if they've competed in the teen division? I mean, that
Yeah,
may be why they do decent, because they have experience on that platform.
Yeah, I think on the women's side, there's a lot of people that have gone as a teen, but we didn't count that for these. I mean, you look at like Rebecca Fuselier was a teen athlete, Shelby Neal was a teen athlete. There's a lot of people that we don't even remember were teen athletes that are now competing at the elite level.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and again on the women's side, it's a little bit better, but still purple is podium, and you don't see any of those except for 18. And I think that was Laura, right?
Yes.
Right. And before that, it was all the way back to 15. So. There's a lot of questions still about Madison.
Uh-huh.
Madison does have an international airport, but I used to go there for work all the time. It's just expanded to be big enough to be for me to consider it to be a legit airport. When I first went there, it only had like 4 gates. Now it has several more, but they're just expanding now.
But Chicago's not a bad drive.
Yeah, Chicago's just a little over an hour. And I don't know about Milwaukee. I've never made that trip. So, yeah, Midway's on the south side of Chicago. That's a little bit further. But O'Hare's up on the north side, and that's not a bad drive at all. It's only bad when you've done 7 hours before it, and then are just finishing your trip.
Yeah.
And you just want to get there. So. And Bruce is saying he might need a ride.
Oh, Bruce thinks he's coming now, huh?
And Kenneth has inside scoop. The 22-24 games are at Froning Farms, the title sponsor.
Yeah.
So I have one just bizarre question. And I've gotten a couple different answers to people I've asked this question. Why are we getting so many sponsorship announcements days before the games? Like, I don't remember it ever taking this long to nail down sponsorships.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So, the natural thing is when Justin was there, was he not getting that part done? Or as another person told me who works in the marketing business, they could be selling them at discounted rates.
Okay.
Like they weren't getting the sponsorships they needed. So now, hey, get a piece of the CrossFit Games and at a discounted rate this year.
I hope not. Boy, that would make you upset if you were one of the early,
Yeah.
diehards that just always show up and pay, and I don't know. Well, and I kind of wonder if it's just late to communicate, like Andrew's saying.
It could be.
Right.
It could be. But if I'm paying money to get my name out there and you're playing me like this, then I am paying a discounted rate because I'm not getting the bang for my buck that I should be getting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
So then we have fights over Torian Pro. I want to go to Torian Pro, whether it's a games or a semifinal. I've said a million times on this show, I love the semifinals. I have so much fun at the semifinals that the games to me is almost like, okay, we got to just finish her off. Now I'll get there and I'll get all excited, and then when the crowd's all pumped up and someone's lifting a big weight or someone does something amazing, I'll be all into it. But like, I don't know. I just love semifinals. There's so much more on the line.
Yeah.
You know, it's do they make it or not?
Mm-hmm.
And then to be honest, now that we're here, like there's a group that are like, I made it.
Right.
Now just get in. Learn the lessons and move on. And yeah.
Yeah, the cuts sort of amp that up a little. Like, are you okay with just making it, or are you going to try to survive the cuts?
Yeah. So I'm going to put this out there. You know, all the way up till this part of the season, Jamie and I and others have gotten interviews with athletes after events. If we could find a way to make that happen, is that something you would want to see? Because to do it is going to take some effort, but I'm willing to put in the effort if you guys find those valuable.
Yeah.
And you can put those in the comments section below, or here in the chat. But I think there's a way we can do it. But it's gonna take some hustle.
Oh, Kenneth missed the question.
Pay attention. No, up until this point, we kind of are like at the event thing is to bring you live post-event, post-heat interviews. I think we can find a way to do that, but it's going to take hustle. A lot of hustle to do that. But I find them valuable. Like me as a CrossFit geek, I love that stuff. I just want to make sure that you guys love it. If we're going to put this effort in. Kenneth really enjoyed the late night hotel recap episodes. That's an easy do, especially with as early as the evenings are ending.
Mm-hmm.
For most days, we can bang those out for sure. I'm bringing the whole setup so we can all be mic'd up and do that from the hotel room. So Damien says, I just like to see how your content complements the other creators. What do you want to deliver? And I think that's something that doesn't get out there. Like if you're watching the broadcast, they interview the winner of the event after the interview, and that's the only interview you get. And nobody else is putting out anything live. And so that's what we've been trying to do all the while, is to bring you some live reaction of athletes that didn't win. Maybe what went wrong, maybe what they were fighting for out there. Maybe that's their proudest moment of the weekend because it was a hole they had and they closed that up. So, yeah. So I think that's, Kenneth says, if you film it, we will watch it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll try it. We'll get it out there. We'll see. So yeah. And thank you, Fergie. The backdrop has been a long build. Keeps getting bigger and bigger.
I mean, I suppose that can be our first, like the first 2 days of Masters, especially that 35, 39, 40, 44. You know, a little bit tighter races probably. Try to catch some of those athletes right after the events and see how that coverage comes through. And if you guys are watching it and if it's consumed, then we can push for it with the indies. If if it's a waste of our time, I don't know.
Yeah. Because at semifinals, like that gets us our highest amount of views of anything we do. Like our Olivia Kerstetter video got over 200,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we don't hit those numbers on the regular.
Right.
So we'll try.
Mm-hmm.
I think age groups is a lot more lenient, so we'll be able to like kind of play around with it then.
Mm-hmm.
And then as the elites kick up, then it'll be a hustle time if it's what we want to do. And we've got a bigger team, so we can trade off doing that too. So with that, that's about all the news I have. You have nothing else?
I have nothing else. I have a whole crap stuff to launder, pack. Oh my God, I'm going to be up all night.
Launder.
Yeah, launder.
You haven't done laundry?
I have been so busy. I've been gone all day.
Wow.
I know. I'm way behind.
Well, so anyway, Jamie's procrastination aside,
Yeah.
I did Kenneth, those are like the greatest words that I can hear. Watched Stacey Tovar yesterday, really good show. She gave you a lot, it seemed. She's been my favorite female CrossFitter since I've been in this space. Like the fact I even got her on here, like that was just dope. That's all I can say. Bruce wants to know if you worked out, Jamie.
I did not. I held my nephew for quite a while and rocked him. I feel like my biceps are swollen from that. He's getting heavy. I got him to fall asleep. I had a bridal shower today for my cousin and got to see one of my nephews. So it was good. It was a good day. But no workout.
Don't girls usually pack like a week in advance?
No, not
just
me.
evidence that Jamie is really a dude.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Yeah. I have a lot of male characteristics, I would say.
Just know the Death Wish coffee is already in the car. The coffee supplies are there for us to do pour overs.
Okay.
So at least that is set up.
You have a tea kettle, right?
It's a small one, but yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So
I'm out of paper street, so it's not good situation.
Yeah, I just used my last bag of Paper Street, but
We're in trouble.
I did see, but Gabe's there.
I know. We'll go get some.
But I did see they started a subscription service, which is what I have to do for coffee. If I don't subscribe, like I'm screwed.
Yeah.
So I'm so stoked that they added subscription to their plan. I can just have it delivered every 4 weeks or whatever.
Yep.
Yes, Bruce, you can have a subscription now.
You're behind, Bruce.
So okay. So now I'm gonna throw my heart out onto the world. This is a premiere trailer. Hopefully the music comes through. I've tested this a couple times. Like when I play it on my computer, everything's fine. When I run it through StreamYard, sometimes the music cuts out.
Okay.
I don't know why. But here's a preview of the documentary that is coming out tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I actually cried at the end of this, putting this together. So with that, I'm going to share this. And here is the world premiere trailer for All Access, the North American semifinals with Rolf, Ewing, Baker, Poulin, and Mikulishin. Can you hear it at all?
Nope.
All right. I'm going to try this one other way. No, I can't hear it. You can?
Technique to use, and I was pretty confident going in that the workout was going to be good for me. I knew that.
Did you know it was going to be a second place?
I thought it was going to be a first place. So
once again, it was just fine. It was just okay. I didn't do anything great. I didn't do anything terrible. It just wasn't good. It was just
I walked off the floor and I wasn't necessarily like in bad spirits. Doesn't mean I didn't have some pity donuts and beer, but
At the conclusion of the event, the two did some self-reflection. One, trying to spin a positive on this season to move into next. The other, considering this might be the end of the road. Coming into the last event, Kelly had a pretty good lead and cushion on that final spot for the CrossFit Games.
No, I thought this was going to be my best event. And it's just funny, like my coach, Tristan, before I walked out, he's like, you're making games. Unless there's a catastrophe that happens, you're making games. Like, let's be confident. It's like the final word someone says to you, it's like, oh God. And when I did drop the bag, I was like, oh God, fuck.
So event 7, when I lost like a day off my life. I was just like, damn.
There it is.
It's amazing.
So that premieres tomorrow, 10 a.m.
I can't
Eastern
wait.
Time. We'll be in a car.
Yeah.
But yeah, it premieres tomorrow. I hope you guys heard the music. I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah. We could hear it. It was awesome.
Yeah. As a creator, to have that happen to Kelly and the setup and everything, like it just was made for this documentary. And yeah. And Emily Rolfe is just pure gold throughout this whole thing. She's so confident and so transparent. It was just a true joy working with her. I consider myself really good friends with Matt Poulin now. Like, go hang out in Oklahoma, go fishing, go do some stuff. We'd have a blast. So yeah, it was a labor of love, and I love how it came out, even though things were not ideal with the way it started, right? And
Mhm.
Jamie's been there for the whole thing and knew my stresses and things that went awry. But we did the best we could with what we had. We pieced together something that I'm very proud of. And now I've learned a whole lot of lessons. And man, the crew we have at the games to finish this season off, freaking the best crew in the world. And I cannot wait to put together this final chapter
Mhm.
in Madison. And it will be Kelly and Emily, along with Rudy Berger, who we've been following since day one. And just for shits and giggles, we're adding Alex Gazan in because her husband is shooting for us.
Yep.
So why not get some behind the scenes of Alex at the games this year too? So super stoked. Can't wait for you guys to see it tomorrow. And that's all I have for tonight. And Jamie's got to go start laundering her clothes so that she has something to wear this week. Was Jamie's doc my first? It was my first full length for sure. So I started with Rudy in the open because he lives 3 miles from my house. And those were like little mini 20-minute things each week of the open. And that's kind of where I cut my teeth. And then when I went and stayed with Jamie for the weekend of quarters is where we dove in head first and made a full length feature. And then I did the same with Rudy for semis. And then now this for these guys. And there's one working in the can with Carolyn Prevost, but her season kept going and we pivoted on what we want to focus on. And when the season's over, we will put those out and reminded me of one of those UFC embedded YouTube docs. I don't know what that means, Kenneth. I just started watching UFC about 6 months ago. So I'll have to figure that one out. But yeah, so then this one is every time I do one, I get better at something. And I have notes of how to make this next one even better than the last one. Because everything until this last one was self-contained. We were at Jamie's gym. We were at Rudy's gym. We didn't go anywhere. So it was easy to kind of like contain it all in. At Pasadena, there were so many moving parts and people running in different directions to get what you needed. It was just crazy. And I didn't get any B-roll. I got half the content I was supposed to get, but we still were able to put something together. So that is not going to be a problem in Madison. Kenneth says they follow the fighters in the week leading up to the big fight. Yeah, that's kind of what this is. In true honesty, like when I was geeking out, I watched all the CrossFit docs, all the behind the scenes, all of that kind of stuff. And I felt like it was missing. And it was missing with the athletes that we didn't know about. Like Justin and Ellie have their own YouTube channel where you get to see them all the time.
Mhm.
HWPO takes their athletes and you get to see them all the time.
Mhm.
I was missing learning about the new up and coming athletes, or the people that I felt weren't getting the publicity that they needed. So we went into this season and we picked 10 athletes that we thought were interesting in some form or fashion. And quite frankly, were willing to work with us throughout the season. And we followed them until their season ended. And for 3 of them, their season has one more trip. So yeah. Like Emily was picked because of her medical emergency, and I'm good friends with her and Kyle. And so it was easy to get her to jump on with us. I picked Kelly because she hadn't competed individually since 2018. And she was going to try to make this amazing comeback, and she did. And Sydney is just one of my favorite people. And she's this up and comer that has kind of stumbled a little bit. And how was she going to try to come out of that? And Logan is just a good dude. Like, he was the last person in last year to semifinals. This year he was 30th seed at Pasadena. And he's just a good dude. And Matt Poulin, I've heard Brian Friend say he is one of the most talented athletes we've ever seen. He's just never put it together. And I wanted to document the why behind that. And then we did Elena Pomerici, which we met at the Green Beret Project, who just missed making it to semifinals. And I guarantee you she's there next year. Guarantee it. And we picked Jamie because I followed her at Masters Fitness Collective and at Legends, and I wanted to see her make her first games. And I think we're just off by about 365 days.
We'll see.
And Rudy lives 3 miles from me and was the champion in the 40 to 44-year-old division last year. And so I wanted to see if he could defend. And for a champion in a division of like 40 to 44, they're not even that out of shape yet. Like they do freaking amazing things. And he gets no publicity. No publicity for being the champ. None. And the guy works all day as an engineer, does 2 sessions a day. Like, dude needs some props. So that's the main group. We had a couple teens as well. So there you have it. That's how it happened. That's where we are today. And this last documentary, I think it's going to be done in a series. I'm going to release the first couple days, the second couple days, instead of trying to do it all in one chunk. Jamie is the true people's champ. Of course she is. Yes, Fergie, those guys are fit. What's been cool about Rudy is his mentor, Scott Panchek, they checked in both today together. They've been working out together, and Rudy can stay with Scott on some things. And that's what's super impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm hoping to capture a little of that bit of that camaraderie between the two of them, because they're not in the same age group. And so they can root for each other, but one's going out right before the other one, however they're doing it. And it's going to be really cool to see that dynamic between Panchek and Rudy.
Absolutely.
So with that, I got to go finish packing.
Yeah. Bruce, you'll have to let us know what this comp is.
Yeah. We may have to highlight it on the Thursday night CrossFit talk.
Yeah.
It's some live shots from Bruce at his comp.
Yep. Well, is the plan to do any live streaming tomorrow at check-in? Try to get some coverage?
We're going to try. I don't know if we'll be able to live stream, but
Okay.
if we can get some video footage and then go live after and maybe share some of it, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get there in time to get some people checking in.
Yeah.
But with that,
That's it.
Jamie's got to start packing. I've just got to finish packing. I don't know how she's going to drive on no sleep.
I know.
All right, guys, we will catch you tomorrow night. We'll hop on and we will chat with you then. See everybody tomorrow on the Clydesdale Thursday, Monday, Tuesday night.
All week.
All week. Later, everyone.